Goodbye. Oh. Hey, Maggie. I'm gonna see you there. Who's that lady?
Okay. How would you describe Maggie in one word?
How would you describe Maggie in one word? I'd say... I would say... society. I would have to say tooth, because we both chip that far tooth together.
Anyway, describe Maggie in one word. Well, that's been really hard. I have to say, gentle. Her skin is very soft, but I wouldn't know about that.
So one word to describe Maggie is a rock, because she's rock solid. Yeah. And she's not changing in her ways, and her beliefs and everything. And she's always saying, if you toss it in the toilet, bad stuff happens, like the toilet flushing, but she's still there. Meaning,
delicate.
Toxic, because of the dance we made up for Aaron Cochran freshman year to the song Toxic.
And one word, I would have to say, endurance, because you endure through everything that we've been through, almost 2.5 years that I've known you. So, that's my one word in my memory.
If I describe Maggie in one word, that one word would be irresistible.
I love you, Maggie. One. How would you describe Maggie in one word?
I would describe Maggie as welcoming and kind-natured.
Where do you now go?
In one word. I don't know what I'm gonna I know, I'm probably just... Okay, when are you gonna go?
I did.
Oh, okay. Hi, Maggie, my love. To me, in one word, you are luminous, and I love you.
tender.
You're going.
Hey Maggie, this is Chris Patterson. And since you know, I don't know you that well, so since you know David Tilden just a little bit better, I'm going to do all my things that remind me of Tilden. These are the 3 things that Tilden does. Swim, 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 drum, 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 act, act, act. And guitar hero! Thank you. And for my next act, this is an impression of David Tilden telling a story. So I was driving yesterday and Brad was walking, I was like, hey Brad! And he went down. He just went down, it was awesome. Okay, so happy birthday.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up Maggie in one word.
What is your favorite memory of Maggie?
Okay. Favorite memory of Maggie. There's so many to choose from. I'd say one of them would have to be when we were in New York City together, when it started raining and we were walking across the Brooklyn Bridge to get pizza, and Pete and Anne-Marie were there, and it was a crazy time. Actually, a good memory would be my sister's balcony. You know what I'm talking about. And, singing to Dancing with Bears or Anastasia in my sister's apartment when she was gone and jumping around in circles. Your question?
The first time I met Maggie was, I think, at Paul Dowell's house when Neil Duras called her a sailor because of her amazing gin-drinking skills.
Maggie, happy birthday. I have one memory for you. I remember going back to Lauren's house one time, and me, you, and Alex were in the bathroom after I brought something upstairs that we were hiding from everyone else. And that turned out pretty funny. But and then I got blamed for it afterwards. But that was good. And
my favorite memory of Maggie is how we spent all of freshman year hanging out with no one else, just watching dating shows all night till 7 a.m.
My favorite memory of Maggie is probably when I stole the hair she was named. And then we took the hair and we wrapped it around the room and we stabbed it backwards so it shouldn't happen. And we stabbed it the other way.
Okay, what's your favorite memory with Maggie that you actually experienced?
Well, I remember like Maggie like this tall. Well, my favorite memory of Maggie would be one time during a certain rehearsal for certain one act, she would try to figure out what was going inside my head until she finally just gave up and would just stare at me awkwardly. And that happened probably every day from about October until now. And it's been a great year with Maggie. Maggie-Mae.
Anything special you both want to say to Maggie, or any other things that you want to, a song and dance perhaps, or?
I just want to tell her to wake up, because I think I have something to say to her. You know, it's late September, and I really should be back in school. But, you know, I know that I keep her amused, but I feel like I'm being abused.
I don't know the next
verse, yeah.
Okay, thank you guys.
Favorite memory of Maggie is I didn't have a ride to Steak and Shake, and so Shannon and Maggie drove me, and they played me the song, and it was just really fun. And I definitely remember it. I met her just this year, and I was it was my first time like with a bunch of like new people, and she like immediately made me feel really like at home, and she always was really nice to me, like would wave me in the hallways even though I was just a freshman, and she was like a senior, and she's really always nice.
Okay, that's wonderful. Would you like to say a few more words?
Yes, Maggie, I met her just like this year, and Monica, our group, was always like, Emily, you have to meet Maggie Crane, like you'll love Maggie Crane. I always heard so much about Maggie Crane, and so when I met Maggie Crane, I had heard a lot about her, and I had heard a lot of good things, and all those good things were true, and she is just such a good person, and I feel really lucky to know her, and I'm going to miss her a lot next year, and if she doesn't come visit, I'm going to be upset. And I love Maggie, and happy birthday, Maggie.
And the first memory I have of you is from the pop boiler callback, and everyone was being really loud, and being the sweet person that you are, you told everyone to be quiet, and then after that, life was magical with you always.
My favorite memory of Maggie, and Shannon would know this, is probably in that time at Churchill, because that was pretty funny. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. But also, there's that one time at that party, but I don't think I should say anything else. But my funniest impression of Maggie is when she was in no, it's the part where she gives her facial expression. You know that? You know what I'm talking about? Maggie does that facial expression? That's always my favorite impression of her. Even if it wasn't my first impression. I don't know what's going on here. I'm confused.